Hey there! Welcome back to the channel, where we break down financial wisdom so it's easy to understand and, more importantly, easy to apply. Today, we're diving into one of the most timeless books on wealth ever written, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. Don't let the ancient setting fool you. This book is a gold mine of advice that's still incredibly relevant today. Babylon was one of the richest cities in history. The people there mastered the art of making and keeping wealth, and at the heart of all that success was Arkad, the richest man in Babylon. What's amazing is that Arkad wasn't born rich. He built his wealth by following a few simple but powerful principles. And lucky for us, he was kind enough to pass on those lessons. Think of this book like your personal financial playbook. Whether you're trying to save more, get out of debt, or figure out how to invest, The Richest Man in Babylon has something for you. So let's uncover the secrets to financial freedom from the man who figured it all out thousands of years ago. Let's dive in. Our story kicks off with a guy named Bansir. Now, Bansir isn't some high-flying entrepreneur. He's a chariot builder. He works hard, but like many of us, he feels stuck. Day in and day out, he's putting in the hours, yet his bank account, or in his case, his coin purse, is always running on empty. He dreams of living the good life, surrounded by riches, but he's just not sure how to get there. Sound familiar? Bansir's problem is pretty universal. He's stuck in a cycle of working hard but never really getting ahead. He's got big dreams, but no roadmap to achieve them. But here's where Bansir makes a smart move. He decides to seek advice from Arkad, the wealthiest man in Babylon. Arkad's not just sitting on his piles of gold. He's happy to share his secrets with those who are willing to learn. There's a powerful lesson here right at the start. When you don't know something, ask for advice from people who figured it out. It's easy to try and go it alone, but sometimes the best thing you can do is learn from those who've been where you are. So let's see what Arkad has to teach Bansir, and all of us, about becoming wealthy. Arkad's first lesson is one of the most important. Start thy purse to fattening. What he means is simple. Start saving. The key here is to save at least 10% of everything you earn. You might think, 10%? That's not much. But over time, that little 10% will grow into something big. It's like planting seeds in a garden. A few seeds today, and with some time and care, you'll have a garden full of trees that produce fruit year after year. Here's a fun analogy. Think of your savings as feeding a pet. If you feed it regularly, that little pet grows healthy and strong. Neglect it, and well, it doesn't go so well. The same thing happens with your money. By saving consistently, your financial pet grows. It might feel small at first, but soon enough, it'll be big and strong, ready to take care of you when you need it most. A lot of people think they need to save huge chunks of money to see a difference, but the real magic happens when you build the habit of saving. It's like working out. At first, lifting a few pounds doesn't seem like much, but keep at it consistently, and before you know it, you're bench pressing twice your body weight. It's the habit that counts, not how big you start. Now that you're saving, Arkad's second lesson is just as important. Control thy expenditures. Translation? Live within your means. It's tempting to spend more when you start earning more, but if you're not careful, your expenses will balloon just as fast as your income. The truth is, most people could live happily on less than they think. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. Here's a way to think about it. Imagine your money is like water flowing through a hose. If you don't control where it's going, it'll just spray everywhere. On things you don't need, like that extra subscription service or the fancy gadgets you bought on impulse. But if you carefully aim that hose, you can direct the water to where it'll actually grow something, like savings or investments. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Just because you can pile your plate high doesn't mean you should. Sure, you could load up on every dish in sight, but by the end of it, you'll feel bloated and probably regret half the choices you made. The same goes for spending. Prioritize what truly matters and let go of the unnecessary fluff. Another way to look at it. Have you ever heard of lifestyle inflation? It's when your expenses rise along with your income. If you're not careful, a pay raise won't feel like one at all, because all that extra money disappears into bigger expenses. Arcade warns us to keep our spending in check no matter how much we're making. Focus on needs first, then treat yourself to wants with what's left, without going overboard. The next step is where the magic happens. Arcade's third lesson, make thy gold multiply. This is about making your money work for you. Saving is essential, but letting your money just sit there isn't enough. You've got to invest it wisely so it can grow. Imagine every dollar you save is like hiring an employee. If those employees just sit around doing nothing, they're not helping you. But if you put them to work through investments, they'll start multiplying and bring back even more dollars. Here's another way to look at it. Investing is like planting a tree. Saving is like planting the seed, but investing is like watering it, fertilizing it, and giving it the sunlight it needs to thrive. Without investing, your tree may grow, but very slowly. With the right investments, your tree will flourish, and eventually, it'll bear fruit that you can live off of for years to come. Think of investing like building an army. Each dollar is a soldier, and you're the general. You send your soldiers out into battle, the market, and they return with reinforcements. The more soldiers you send, the bigger your army becomes. And soon, you'll have a financial army working for you day and night, even while you sleep. That's the power of compounding growth. But remember, investing isn't gambling. Arcade advises us to be wise with our investments. Do your homework, diversify, and never put all your eggs in one basket. Slow and steady wins the race here. Don't chase after risky schemes that promise sky-high returns. Instead, focus on investments that offer steady, consistent growth over time. Now that you're saving and investing, Arcade gives us another crucial lesson. Guard thy treasures from loss. This is a big one. Protecting your money. You've worked hard to build up your savings and investments, so don't throw it away on risky schemes or too-good-to-be-true opportunities. You've heard it before. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Arcade warns us to be cautious and do our research before making any investment decisions. Here's an analogy. Think of your wealth like a fortress. You wouldn't build that fortress out of straw, would you? One strong gust of wind, like a market crash or bad investment, and poof, it's gone. Instead, you'd want to build your fortress out of strong materials like bricks, solid, proven investments that stand the test of time. It might not be the fastest way to build wealth, but it's the safest. There's another analogy here. Imagine your investments are a tree. You wouldn't plant that tree in a windy field with no protection, right? You'd want to plant it in a place where it's safe from storms, but where it still has room to grow. That's how you should approach your investments. Be cautious, protect your wealth, and don't let it be swept away by bad decisions or risky ventures. Diversification is key here. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread out your investments so that if one doesn't perform well, the others will still protect you. Think of it as wearing multiple layers of armor. The more layers you have, the safer you are from any financial hits. Arcade's next piece of advice is about something most of us deal with: housing. He says, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. In simple terms, own your home. Renting might seem easier in the short term, but over time, it's like pouring money into someone else's bucket. When you own your home, you're not just living there, you're building equity, which is like growing a financial tree right in your own backyard. Here's the thing. When you rent, you're essentially paying your landlord's mortgage. Your money is building their wealth, not yours. But when you own your home, every mortgage payment you make is like watering your own financial tree. Over time, that tree grows, and so does your wealth. And eventually, that tree will bear fruit in the form of home equity, something you can tap into later in life. Owning a home isn't just about having a place to live. It's about building an asset that grows in value over time. It might not feel like much at first, but over the years, you'll see the value of your home increase. And one day, whether you sell it or rent it out, that asset will be working for you. Now we're getting into the future. Our COD tells us, ensure a future income. This lesson is all about planning ahead. It's easy to focus on today, what's happening right now. But what about when you're older and can't work as much? What happens then? Our COD's advice is to start preparing for the future now. It's like being a squirrel gathering nuts for the winter. You don't wait until it's snowing to start. You gather when times are good. The same is true for your finances. You've got to start building your retirement fund, setting aside money for emergencies, and even considering life insurance to protect your loved ones. The earlier you start, the more secure your future will be. Imagine yourself as that prepared squirrel, relaxing in your cozy tree during winter while everyone else is scrambling to gather food. You don't want to be the person who realizes too late that they haven't prepared for retirement. Start now, even if it's small. The beauty of compound growth is that the sooner you start, the bigger the payoff down the road. It's not about how much you start with. It's about starting and sticking with it. Finally, our COD's last piece of wisdom is this: increase thy ability to earn. This is all about investing in yourself. The more skills and knowledge you gain, the more valuable you become. Think of yourself as a product. The more features and benefits you have, the more you can charge for your services, whether that's through promotions, higher wages, or new business opportunities. Imagine you're a chef. With basic skills, you can make a good meal, but if you learn new techniques, explore new cuisines, and expand your knowledge, you can create something extraordinary. The more you learn, the more value you bring to the table. That's how you can charge more for your work and open up new opportunities. The same goes for any career or business. The more you invest in yourself, whether through education, learning new skills, or expanding your network, the more doors will open. And here's the best part. You are your most valuable asset. No one can take away your skills, knowledge, or experience. So keep growing, keep learning, and keep increasing your ability to earn. And there you have it. We've just covered 7 timeless principles from the richest man in Babylon. To recap, save at least 10% of your income, control your spending, make your money multiply through wise investments, protect your wealth, make your home an asset, plan for the future, and always invest in yourself. These lessons might be ancient, but they're just as powerful today. Whether you're just starting out or already on your financial journey, these principles are your roadmap to success. Remember, building wealth is a slow, steady process. It's about making smart choices every day and letting those choices compound over time. So start planting those seeds today, and soon enough, you'll be enjoying the fruits of your financial forest. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical financial wisdom. See you next time.